All right, Miles, let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons here for a little bit. This is a team under Terry Fontenot as a general manager that's had one heck of an offseason. A lot of credit goes out to Fontenot for all of the right moves they've made. But there's one move in particular that the Falcons made that got some negative publicity, but it looks like now that we're removed from it, we're into mini camps, we're into OTAs, that the Falcons may have outsmarted a lot of people once again with what they've done this offseason.
Yeah, Nick, when I think of this move, I think the word that comes to mind is vindication, and that's what a lot of Falcons fans are going to be getting. This is a move that I think you feel the same way. Once the season goes on, they are going to turn around and be like, look, you called naysay to us for making this pick, but you were 100% dead wrong. It always feels really good to do that. It shows the Falcons are really smart, and they got a lot of talent, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Speaking offensive talent, let's go offensive play callers. Nick, I want to know from the Falcons fans in the comments section below. This is a pretty unique question here. Who's your favorite offensive play caller in Atlanta Falcons history? Let us know in the comments below. I think there's a lot of great answers, so I'm curious to see what you got to say. So let us know who's your favorite Falcons offensive play caller of all time. But Nick, let's get on into it. Who is this Falcons player that is going to prove everybody wrong?
Yeah, so as a lot of Atlanta fans probably have guessed by now, the guy that we're talking about being vindicated is, of course, his first round, number 8 overall running back, Bichon Robinson from the University of Texas. And we've got a great report out that kind of highlights the vindication that the Falcons should feel right now. Mize, if you want to throw it up real quick, I will read from it. This is from the Yardbarker. Although the Falcons selecting running back Bichon Robinson with the 8th overall pick of the 2023 NFL Draft was a controversial choice, it's not one they regret. We do not have buyer's remorse. Atlanta head coach Arthur Smith recently said of Robinson, per Michael Rothstein of ESPN. So I'm sure there's a lot of Falcons fans remember and understand about Arthur Smith. This guy's from the Bill Belichick School of Coaching and PR, where the nicest thing he'll ever say about a player is he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a long way to go. The fact that Arthur Smith is coming out saying we don't regret it at all, we like this kid, to me means that it's like the biggest sign of a praise you can ever give a prospect. That means that the Falcons really love what they have in Bichon Robinson, translating Arthur Smith talk into normal people talk. But back to the report. In a recent report detailing the progress of rookies selected in the first round, Rothstein noted that the 21-year-old has looked like he can be an impact player. Robinson has been exactly as Atlanta anticipated, wrote Rothstein. The Falcons have shown they'll use him as a running back and wide receiver all over the formation. Robinson proving he's versatile is a great sign for the Falcons offense, as running backs with excellent receiving ability are a game changer. For example, 49ers Pro Bowler Christian McCaffrey posted 1,880 scrimmage yards, 1,139 rushing, and 741 receiving yards in 17 games last season, third in the NFL. All right, Miles, I think that's an important point to bring up, because everyone talks about running backs and say, oh, it's not as valuable as they used to be. You don't want to spend as much assets on a running back. And there's something that happens when you're talking about investing and allocating resources. And it happens in the investing world, where a certain stock or business gets beat down because people don't want to invest in it. And suddenly it becomes a great bargain because everyone all at once, they overreact, they turn completely away. And a stock that should be worth, say, $50 a share is selling at $40 a share. But no one wants to buy it because it's beaten down because of negative perception. That's where smart investors, the Warren Buffetts of the world, go in and buy that stock for $40 a share. 3 years later, it autocorrects. It goes on to do great things, makes a lot of money. And people are like, well, what did Buffett see there that no one else did? Well, he just saw an asset that was incredibly undervalued because everyone overreacted to how that business was performing. The corollary here is, of course, the running back position. People are scared to death of giving running backs long-term contracts. But that doesn't apply to a running back on a rookie deal. A superstar playmaker at the running back position on a rookie deal is one of the best assets a football team can have. Let's go back about 6-7 years to the Dallas Cowboys coming off a 4-12 season. They drafted Ezekiel Elliott out of Ohio State. This is a Cowboys team that, had a lot of issues, a lot of holes. Tony Romo was beat up and injured. They weren't knowing exactly how the quarterback position was going to shake out. They drafted Dak Prescott to maybe grow into something. They bring in Ezekiel Elliott. They pick him number 4 overall. Suddenly, this Cowboys team goes 13-3. The next season, they have another winning season, just missed on the playoffs. And the season after that, they win the division title again. You tell Atlanta Falcons right now, if you had 3 straight winning seasons, 2 division titles, and a 13-win season, one of those, they take that in a heartbeat. That's what a dynamic running back can do for your team. He can put you over the top. The only issue, the only concern is if you pay him too much money in the long term. But again, that's not a problem with the Atlanta Falcons here, obviously, because he's a young guy. He's going to be on that rookie deal for the next 3, 4, 5 years, depending on whenever they want to, if they decide to. I bet they probably won't re-up him to a long-term deal. Bichon Robinson is a special kind of playmaker, and he will be for the Atlanta Falcons. And the fact that everyone didn't like this pick and that he fell all the way to number 8, I think was absolutely ridiculous. Falcons fans, and more specifically Terry Fontenot and company, should feel really vindicated with everything Bichon Robinson has done so far. But Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on Falcons and Bichon Robinson. But before I throw over to you, I want to remind everyone to stay tuned to the end of today's video to hear a word from our partner of today's video. And then, of course, is Neuro. Neuro has a lot of great products that give you a fast and easy boost of energy. We love to take their mints before the show. It gives us a spike of energy. We need to talk Falcons. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to learn more about Neuro and, most importantly, to get access to our special discount code. All right, Miles, that's enough for me. What are your thoughts on everything with the Falcons right now?
Yeah, Nick, I think you covered everything pretty good. I really love the
As
Bichon
I always
Robinson.
do, Miles.
Of course. You even make me want to go through Terry Fontenot's financials, see what stocks he's picking up, because I think he might have like the inside beat on something lately with how lucky they got with this Bichon Robinson pick. But this guy is definitely special. I think he's a really great player. And like you said, today's problems are not there for today, not for tomorrow. We don't have to worry about the future right now. We don't have to worry about how much money Bichon Robinson's going to be asking for when year 3 rolls around. Today's problems are for today, and the problems of today are non-existent because Bichon Robinson looks like a really great pick. It looks like he's going to be a superstar for this team, and I think he is going to be a fantastic playmaker for the Atlanta Falcons, help elevate this entire team. We talked about play calling early on. I think the play caller for the Atlanta Falcons is going to have an unlimited option and number of routes and plays that he can do with Bichon Robinson. And there's another brief article, Nick, talking about Cordell Patterson and Bichon Robinson, talking about the dynamic there. They asked Cordell Patterson if he thought that, Bichon Robinson, was he worried about him taking snaps? He goes, no, I actually prefer if he takes the snap so I can stay fresh and, be more dynamic. He's getting up there in age a little bit. But Cordell Patterson's like, I'm not worried about it. This kid looks amazing. I think we both can carve out our own niches being, those dynamic, versatile type players. So I think the Falcons, they got a dynamic, versatile playmaker. And I think they have a bunch of guys on this roster who are going to come out, make impacts day one, and make this team look light years better than they were last year.
All right, Miles, we would like to give a special thanks to our partner of today's video, Neuro.
That's right, Nick. And I want you to go with me on a journey really fast. I want you to imagine this. It's 4th and goal in the big game, Nick. Your team is relying on you to make the big-time game-winning play. I know you've been in this situation before, Nick. The stadium is roaring. The clock is ticking. The game is on the line. But if only in that moment you were able to have some Neuro Gum. Neuro Gum will help you stay concentrated, and it gives you a burst of energy without a nasty crash.
That's right, Miles. Neuro has thoughtfully curated ingredients and does endless lab testing, which means that you can reach the right state of mind safely and consistently. That's the most important part. It gives you a clean burst of energy and focus without the jitters of coffee or any of those other energy drinks.
That's right, Nick. And if you click our sponsor link in the description below, you can enjoy energy, calm, and focus whenever you need it.